Brad wants to do this fetish festival. I'm not sure if I'm on board with that.
Fetish with lettuce.
Yes.
Wait, who said that? Fetish with lettuce? So good.
You like that?
You get tickled with a frayed cabbage head.
I don't know what it entails, but that's going on a shirt or something.
That's right. It's like
Welcome to the Riffs and Rhythms podcast. And here's your hosts, Paul Robertson and the Kevin McLoughlin.
welcome everybody to the Riffs and
Rhythms podcast.
I'm Paul Robertson.
And I'm Kevin McLoughlin.
Yeah,
How the hell are you, Paul?
I'm good.
What's up with that? Your hair's all combed and everything.
I know.
You took a shower.
I
too,
did
didn't
take
you?
a shower. It is Monday.
believe it.
Yes, that's right. Monday I wash my
That
hair
was-
and that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Once a week,
So-
whether you need it or not?
Which days of the week do you wash yours?
1986.
Oh. Yeah, we are back here. So we're just like I said last week, you've got a lot going on. Would you say something like you had like 20, 25 shows?
22 shows in the month
like
of March alone.
22 shows in basically 10 days or something like that?
Yeah, something like
Or
that.
felt like that?
Feels like that.
Yeah. So we had a great Blues Blast last week also. That
yes,
was great.
The blues was blasting.
We had an awesome, time at the Boots, Brews, Bourbons Barbecue event there put on by our good friend,
Yeah?
Mr. Johnny Ringo,
Johnny.
Mr. Code Rum.
Oh, you got the code enforcement shirt
I got
on?
a story about this shirt actually, but before we get into that story about this, how I had get that shirt, let's welcome back to the podcast, Mr. Johnny Ringo.
Thank you very much.
There you
How you guys
go.
doing, man? It's been a while.
Good.
You look very relaxed there. and,
I'm so relaxed.
For
right
someone who
now.
just put a festival on, you
I
look
know.
like you're...
It was a long day, but it was fun. It was a great day, and I
Yeah.
survived it.
You lived.
I lived to tell about it. I'm telling you about it on
Right
your show right now.
Yes.
There you go. It's exclusive.
Incredible.
Beep, 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 beep. This just in. He lived.
Brad didn't fall off his drum stool. That's a
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, no,
There's that.
It was good.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
How are you feeling today?
I feel great. I feel great. Tuesday is gone with the wind, and
So's your mind.
yeah.
So did you go with the full-on real drums and bass and guitar amp, or did you just do regular?
Oh no, I went full on. I want to make sure that the sound people hate me at every step of the way.
That's...
So
He's
yeah.
associated.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding, dude. Eric was amazing and really was accommodating to my needs. And being the first act really is always a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, they killed it. It's
Rock
awesome.
on, rock on.
From Eric from Hypersona.
Yeah,
man.
Eric's a great guy.
Great dude. Great sound guy. Great drummer, too. Great singer. He
Yeah.
does it all, man. Hypersona's band, they rock.
He
I
can
think
play.
they were running the barbecue stand as well, too, I think, actually.
No, the Portalets.
Oh.
No. Oh, no, that was me and Brad.
Yeah, he usually has a little barbecue on the side, flips it on the offbeat.
Barbie Spew.
Nope.
So, yeah, this shirt. So
Tell us all
Yes.
about how you earned your Code Rum shirt.
this,
Don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, just save some of it for next time.
There you go.
So this was after Johnny. We talked last week that Johnny was one of the OG original first year Drums and Rums guests, one of the way back in 2020, and so of course at the time I had shirts for people on the show, part of the alums, and give a shirt and try to help grow awareness, brand, etc. So I'd given Johnny his shirt, but I hadn't gotten any Code Rum shirts yet. So I remember there was an event down at Abacoa. It's one of those probably beer, wine things or whatever. And I've been bugging the shit out of you about a shirt, anything Code Rum swag or whatever it was. And Dee was working the tent with the rum cakes and everything.
Right.
Man,
hot
it was
sauces.
like I had to fight her to get the shirt. She's like your bouncer or something or
Right.
whatever you want to call it. I said, Dee, I already gave her. She's like, well, I need a shirt myself, and I'm like, fucking A, I'm like. So anyway, it was a little tough to get this shirt because I don't even think Brad has a shirt like this, right?
You had to eat a
I
rum.
don't have a code enforcement shirt now.
We didn't make them an extra medium.
Extra
You had to
schmedium.
eat a rum cake to get that shirt?
That's right.
Yeah.
What the hell was
Wow.
that? Yeah, what was that, man?
Is that what you kids call it nowadays?
Eat that rum
Eating
cake.
rum
Eat
cake.
that rum cake. Speaking of rum cakes here, so we're past the Bourbon Festival, and I know you got one coming up here. We'll talk a little bit about that, too.
Yep.
Another rum festival.
No, he's got another.
Well, I mean, another beer,
Another-
bourbon,
Yeah,
beers,
right.
brews,
Yep.
and
That's
bees
easy
and
for you to
bees.
say.
Yeah, the B2Bs.
The B thing. It's where to be.
Where to be at?
It's a B2B festival.
So, but this week, let's talk a little bit about also some rum events. So you were Mr. Code Rum, right?
I basically retired from the brand and to pursue some other things like 5 grandkids. And I want to get back into doing bigger events, booking guys like Kevin McLoughlin band to play. I want to do a Southern Rock Fest and stuff. So we kind of let the once I got out of the rum business, I kind of went to rum cakes, kind of went to the wayside. Of course, I had my line of Captain Ringo's hot sauces, and it was a lot of work. And being a treasure hunting pirate, work's a 4-letter word. You hear that? See?
Who's God? Telling you.
Hallelujah. And so I just wanted to chill and do some other things, which I've got a few things in the works. And events being one of them, because I always enjoy putting on events. I love getting a bunch of people together and seeing them have a good time. That's why we did that. We made a lot of people happy at the same time, So I'm kind of focusing on that right now, officially out of the rum business. I'm not sure what's going to go on with the company without me, but everybody will know soon. But it was a great adventure. I made so many friends and connections like you, and it was enjoyable. I started the brand, and we launched the company in 2013. We started the corporation in 2013 and launched July of 2015. So it's been a great 10-year run. Did some incredible stuff, from sponsoring NASCAR to we had the Code Rum Runner train over in Mount Dora to Roger Dean Stadium and ballpark at the Palm Beaches, and the events we did in the Keys. And it was a very big part of my life for the last 10, 12 years. And now I'm moving on to the next chapter. Going to take a little time and just do some other things. And one I can't tell you about yet. Brad knows about it. My buddy Bobby Fazioli. We got a project we're working on. It's a golf novelty product, alcohol related, and we got a patented bottle that we're doing, and we'll the next show, maybe the show after, we'll get into that a little bit more. So just want to do some fun stuff, just no stress, and just do my thing,
Yeah.
Get back to a little treasure hunting, and enjoy my grandkids and my girlfriend, and just come see you guys once in a while.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that. We've over the last, I know you've also had a refocus or kind of look about spending time with family and making, Sundays.
Family is very important.
Yeah.
Yes, you only get so much time with them, no matter who you are or
you-
where you are.
At first, they're little and cute, and then they grow up and they turn into real jerks.
Yeah.
So you got to create a strong relationship with them before they turn into a jerk, so you
Yep.
get some hope later in life.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
And
Actually-
you spend a lot of time. I know you post a lot of stuff like with your sons and your daughter.
Yeah,
and do a lot
actually,
of-
my son and his
yeah.
wife and two of my grandkids, Beckett and little Lily, they just came down from Knoxville a couple weeks back, and we spent 5-6 days in Lake Okeechobee bass fishing. So my son had never bass. He got hooked on bass fishing like 2 years ago. My daughter Melissa was born. Her grandparents, we were spent once a month. We were out Lake Okeechobee bass fishing. Her dad got me addicted, or granddad got me addicted to bass fishing, my ex-father-in-law. And by the time 5 years later my son came along, I was into saltwater fishing and diving, and I had an ocean boat. And so my son grew up saltwater fishing. Living in Knoxville the last few years, he's gotten into bass fishing, and he's just into it big time. YouTube videos. He's got more tackle than Bass Pro Shops. He called me when he goes, "Pops, I just blacked out in Bass Pro Shops." Literally, man. He brought so much tackle down with him, and he bought a little bass boat, so they towed it down, and we spent 5 days at the lake, and just got up every morning, bass fished all day long, caught a few, and cooked some good food. We had some beer, we had some bourbon, we had some barbecue,
Right on.
and it was a great time. Family's everything, so.
It definitely flies. It definitely flies by. I know for me and my boys now, it's like 1 minute. It's like, and I hate to say, I tell people now, I'm like, especially at work, it's like, yeah, it's cliche,
Yep.
but it is so stupidly, eerily, annoyingly, like true.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
yeah,
absolutely right.
Boom, and all of a sudden that's why Cats in a Cradle hits so hard now for and
Well,
yeah, well but
But,
we've already talked about that.
One of the fun things for me is you get to see the traits of your loved ones show up in your new loved ones.
That's true.
And that's very, very cool.
Yep. And my granddaughter, Ava Oceana, she's 16 now. She's almost 6 foot tall, and she's in the saltwater. Her dad, Matt Budd, he's a fishing charter guy, and he does a fishing school, Jupiter Fishing Academy. Teaches kids to fish all summer long. Then when he's not doing that, he's chartering. My son came down a few months ago. He took us out saltwater fishing and caught some kingfish. We had a double sailfish hook up at the same time.
Oh, that's
And,
rare.
so when I was doing the rum stuff, I was 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. I was from Key West to Jacksonville. When I got the rum in Georgia, I was Savannah, Tybee Island, Tampa. It was just nonstop. I could never take that time because I was just obsessed with growing the brand. And now it's like I can do event stuff from anywhere. All I need is my iPad and a plug, So I just wanted to kick back a little bit and enjoy friends like Brad a little bit more. Although we had a lot of fun with the rum company too.
Lord.
Parts we remember.
God, that's not a whole lot.
Here's a funny story. You know Drew Pittman, right? The original owner of Sneaky Tiki, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we did a first Sunday of the month party at Sneaky Tiki, a Code Rum party, first Sunday of every month for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my son were fishing Lake Okeechobee. We were in the Rim Canal, and I saw this house, and it had a big sign that says Drew Pittman Real Estate. And I took a picture of it, and I sent it to Drew. He texted me back. He goes, "You found my secret fort." That's Drew Pittman's house on the Rim Canal. So we talked. He called me up, and we were talking about doing an event. He's got 5 acres out there. I'm not supposed to tell anybody. Sorry, Drew, if you're listening. But we were talking about doing an event, like maybe bringing Boots, Brews, Bourbon, and Barbecue to Lake Okeechobee and on his property. And you guys are all invited. You can play.
Yeah.
You can too, Paul.
I'll
Bring
do
your
it.
sticks.
There you go.
There you go. But yeah, it was Drew Pittman's house out there. He moved out there, man.
That's wild. I know he's been out west for a long time,
Yes.
but I love Drew. Man,
Yeah, he's
we
still
had
awesome.
We had some good times, some wild times at the Sneaky Tiki, boy.
Yeah, some we can't even talk about.
I won't. I won't.
It was
talk
just
about
me
it.
and Brad. I'm sorry, Brad and I.
So all
That's
of
way
all
better.
those events that you've over your career, etc., is like, what are some of those things that obviously you've done so many, you've learned probably a whole lot. And
No,
what
not really, but-
okay, I was gonna say what
Who's
not to
counting?
do, but
Yes.
So-
What events?
yeah, I mean, but you've some of those things is your very first event to these events you're doing now. Yeah,
It started out when I started a social group called Pirate Heads back in 2009, 2010, and I put this group together because somebody wanted me to join the Parrot Heads. I'm like, Parrot Heads? I'm gonna start Pirate Heads, and which I did, and the group grew, and we were at the time the Rum Bar in Palm Beach Gardens. There used to be next to Panama Hattie's. That's all gone now. We do I said, what's your slowest night of the week? It's at Tuesdays. I want to do a monthly meetup here with Pirate Heads, and we'd have 150 people up there on a Tuesday night on a school night. And I started doing weekend getaways to Captain Hiram's, built the relationship with them. And we go to the West Coast. We go to Coconut Cove, Sunset Cove, and the Keys. And I do these weekend getaways. We have 100 people would show up for the weekend. And it was a blast. When we did Captain Hiram's, it was our first weekend getaway. January 2010, we had 7 rooms. 3 months later, we had 28 rooms, or 21 rooms. 3 months after that, we had 38 rooms. So that's how I built the relationship with Captain Hiram's, and up doing events with them. I did 2 or 3 pirate festivals with them. Boots, Brews, Bourbon, and Barbecue, which that's why I met the band Hypersonic, because I insisted if we were doing Pirate Heads coming to Hiram's for the weekend, I wanted Hypersonic to play, or my boys. And those events just grew into me doing other bar events. And my old band, Booty Call Band, we'd get to play at these bars because we brought the people, not because of our talent, which was limitless. And so the events just grew into bigger events. And years back, 2011, 12, I partnered with My buddy Larry Marble, he used to own Pirates Well. He just sold it. And we did, my first Pirate Fest was for Captain Hiram's, but then we did the Lake Park Pirate Fest in Lake Park at Kelsey Park on the Intercoastal. We did 2 or 3 of those. And then I did Lake Park Seafood Music Fest. We had Montgomery Gentry headline, and that was, we probably had 5,000-6,000 people in the park for Montgomery Gentry. And then we did Rumageddon, which Rumageddon Southern Rock Fest with Molly Hatchet headline one day, and Marshall Tucker Band headline the next day. And yeah, I did the Keys Relief Benefit Concert after Irma at Harborside, and Jason Webb and the Caribbean Chillers Buffett Tribute Band played, and the events got bigger, and I always enjoyed them because it's just watching people have a good time, you know. And it's always, when you can bring joy to people and a bunch of them at the same time, no matter how much work goes into it, it's fun. And I love that, so I wanted to get back into that, and that's what I'm doing now. And I got an idea for a Trop Rock tour, probably in 2027, where we're going to get a couple Buffett tribute bands, maybe get the Coral Reefer Band, Mac McNally, and go big or go home. And we're going to do this and take it on the road, partner with some Parrot Head clubs, and percentage of ticket sales to go to their different charities because they party with a purpose, which I think is really cool. And I've got some people like my buddy Jesse Rice in that Trop Rock world, and John McDonald and the Mango Men. They're doing an island party here sometime next year. And just getting to that genre of Jimmy Buffett, Trop Rock, because I'm born and raised in Florida. Everybody loves, well, most people love Buffett, you know. And just doing some different themes. I like theme shows, like whether it's Southern Rock, and you appeal to that audience, and then you can appeal to some other people that maybe not have experienced, but they come with their friends and like, hey, this is pretty cool. And so I want to get back into doing more of that, you know. Brad wants to do this fetish festival. I'm not sure if I'm on board with that.
Oh, but you will be, or you'll get the board again.
Fetish with lettuce.
Yes.
Wait, who said that? Fetish with lettuce? Oh God, that's
what is
genius.
that noise?
No, we gotta take a pause. We gotta take a pause.
Noise?
We gotta erase
That's the
that
rain.
so that I could write that down, and that's my idea.
Is that
Fetish with lettuce.
Is that with the band Lettuce?
He stole that idea from the Cabbage Patch Wrestling.
Fetish with lettuce.
Let us take a minute.
Yes.
So good.
You like that?
You get tickled with a frayed cabbage head.
I don't know what it entails, but that's going on a shirt or something.
That's right. It's like writing a song. Sometimes it's just the song title starts and then
Starts with the song title.
Yeah, what's the special today? Well, we've got Fetish with lettuce. Oh, I'll take that.
Hey, go ask ChatGPT what a fetish with lettuce would it be like. I'm sorry, I can't show you.
Fetish with lettuce.
Lettuce.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah,
Got
it's
lettuce.
best.
I want
That's
lettuce on it.
But yeah, I mean, we've done our own little festival. There, little bit year, was that a year or so
We
ago?
riffed
right?
and rhythmed.
Yep, and very similarly, and it's like you said, it's like you're hoping people show up, you hoping people cover the cost, or you got your cost covered, and definitely, big shout out to Tracy over there for helping raise money for the event also.
Making it happen.
We
Tracy made it happen.
probably would have lost our ass, and but yeah, no, we did good. I think we kind of called it broke even.
It was a great
yeah.
first
Break even
event.
on your first show, it's a home run, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a great time. I know it's like you said, it's hard. I'm sure, Johnny, as being the organizer, because making sure you have people that are doing volunteers or their jobs, but yet trying to make sure that shit goes smooth, but also trying to enjoy, because you're a fan, like you said, you're a fan of the music and everything else.
Absolutely. And people don't realize the work that goes to an event. For an example, me and my girlfriend, I didn't realize when I was ordering the beer sample cups, it's Chinese New Year. So I couldn't get the printed cups. So I had to order cups from a cup supplier I've used from the rum company where we did our sample cups. And then I had to order stickers. So we've done 1,000 cups so far. We're having to fill these little stickers off and hand apply them to each cup. But we're doing it because that's what it takes.
Wow.
And people don't know that behind the scenes what you have to go through when you want to put on one of these big events. But
It's the little
you do
things.
whatever it takes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of little stuff. And that's what attention to detail is what makes an event.
Yeah.
Makes or breaks it. And you have to go through every aspect from setup to breakdown, play it all through in your head, when I was doing what you guys are playing at my Pirates Basket Quest for Key West, I've done that event for 10 years down in the Keys, which, if you guys don't know, I may do it this year. But if I can get a contract in writing from the bus company, which I didn't do it last year. Basically, we do a party in the Keys, usually Coconut Cove. We've done it at Sunset Cove the first few years. And it's the week of Fantasy Fest, which goes on for 10 days, but it's the big weekend when they block off Duval Street. And the hotels down there are $500-600 a night with 3-4 night minimums. Thank you. 3 to 4 night minimums. And it's expensive. And you have to drive to Key West. It's $50 to park. So I came with this idea back in like 2010 where I book a whole resort for my crew. Everybody drives down we did Sunset Cove originally for like the first 3-4 years, and we do a party at the Pilot House Marina in Key Largo. And then Saturday, I had 2 57-passenger charter buses pick us up at the resort, open bar on the buses. It was before I had the rum company. Pusser's Rum would sponsor it. Tito's Vodka would sponsor it. And we did an open bar on the bus 2.5 hours down to Key West for the last big night of Fantasy Fest. Midnight, back on the bus, drives us back to the resort. And then we eventually moved to Coconut Cove. We started doing a party on Friday night. Instead of everybody having to drive to a bar, we do a pirate bash, or one year we did a couple of years, we did a Hawaiian luau. I did a shrimp bowl for like 70 people. And with a little help from my friends. And you guys played, a few times, and we do the party at the resort Friday night. So nobody has to drive from the time they get there on Friday or Thursday when they come down till they go home on Sunday. And we get down and experience everything that Fantasy Fest is all about. And it's just a great time, and I want to bring that back again this year because you were there.
I was there.
Brad don't remember.
I don't remember nothing.
So,
Brad remembers getting there.
So,
right.
Johnny, okay, so you've already kind of mentioned last episode the Key West Rum Fest. You mentioned Neil.
Yes,
right?
Neil, my boy.
And
WTR.
And it's funny as I was telling Brad the story when we were at the event at Twisted Tuna, right, with Jesse's concert and they put on, right? Yeah, you weren't. I was like, holy shit, this place is packed, and these people have been pre-partying.
We had the pre-party at 3 o'clock, an outside tiki bar.
And yeah, you definitely true. Those folks are diehard Jesse Rice fans, and they were. So anyway, I know Neil was there, and I said to Brad, I said, I live in the world. This is bizarre. I'm like, I'm not usually thinking I'm like anybody is so far. This is, I've known Johnny separately and knowing Neil separately,
right,
before you guys actually even, and I'm not saying that I took credit for, but you guys eventually crossed paths at some point.
The first time I met Neil was at a Jesse Rice show in Amelia Island.
Okay.
Or St. Simon's Island when he played at the Prince and Queens Resort. It was a show he does there every year. And that's the first time I actually met Neil face to face. And my buddy Al Blanchard, shout out to Al. And a great group of guys, man. And so now, Neil hooks me up for Rum Fest and vice versa. And I saw them over in Windermere when Jesse played at my friend Sam Miller's house. And Neil's a great guy. And Rum Fest, August, most of the stuff's already sold out. But he's building it every year, and that's a great event. I'm going to win the rum cake tournament this year, though, the rum cake competition.
All right, so here's the pitch out there, right? So I think I have Kevin and Tracy sold on going.
You should go.
Okay,
don't even think about it.
I told Neil last summer. I said, sign me up for 2 tickets. I want to go to the Cuba trip. Well, we'll find out what's going on with that because right now they're out of power. So but anyway, so I didn't go last summer. But I went the first year, the inaugural year, and then plan to go this year. So what I've been itching to wanted to do last year, just couldn't pull it off, get my shit together, whatever, was an event and bring in other brands through the Drums and Rum side to kind of say, hey, maybe cover, pay, put on a co-branded event. And obviously, I haven't talked to Neil about this yet. It's like,
right.
He's like, hey, give me your ideas and your thoughts and so forth, because there's other things that, the after-hour events and so forth. And I told Kevin, I said, maybe we can line up some gigs while you're down there or, reach out or try to, I don't know, whatever. So, so I'm telling you, it sounds like you're going, right?
Yes.
Do we think we can pull off some type of tying in an event at Key West Rum Fest and adjacent or somewhere during that week?
That's a good question. We'd have to do a group call with Neil on that.
Yeah.
Because there's got so much going on.
Yeah.
Last year, Jesse Rice wrote a song called Land Sharks at Loggerheads,
Yep.
and he performed the song at Loggerheads Beach Bar for the first time there.
I had went down, I think, the week prior to going to the Rum Festival to do an episode with Papa's Pilar, which I'm shamefully, as I still have not dropped that episode. But when we went down to Loggerheads there, I'm sitting at the bar and it's like right on the water. It's like so
On a dead end street.
Yeah, so Key West-ish, right? And I look over the stage and I said, the joke is like every musician like, is that the stage over there, right? Kind of thing. And this is exactly this stage is exactly this.
Yep.
I said, who plays on this fucking stage? A week later, I see pictures of Jesse Rice performing on the stage, and I'm like,
Yep. He actually did. He was supposed to do one song. He did 2 songs. And it's a funny story about Jesse. He actually sent me a picture last night of a bottle of our Commodore's Cut, our signature rum. We did it for 2 years, limited bottles, 80 proof, barrel-aged sipping rum. And I surprised him over in Windermere and gave him a signed bottle of Happy Birthday, Jesse. And he sent me a picture last night. He just topped it off, and that he was drinking it. Then I missed 2 phone calls from him. One was pretty funny. I got the voicemail the next day. But me and my girlfriend, we got down there, and we're staying at a friend's house outside of Key West because we were supposed to stay with my buddy Al Blanchard. But the house there, they had this 3,000 square foot house with a pool. Chef Sam was our chef who won the rum cake competition last year. He goes, just stay with us here. We've got the pool, 3,000 square foot house right in Key West. Well, Al calls me. I'd call him like the day before we're going to head. They got down there like 3 days early. We got to head down there. He goes, we don't have the house anymore. It's a crime scene. I'm like, what? He goes, nothing to do with us. But apparently the owner of the house had cameras everywhere. And so they had to leave the property. And he said, we went from a mansion to a portalet. So we ended up staying with a good friend of ours, somebody else that I married, my friend Dawn, who just remarried. I didn't marry this time, so we get down there that Friday, and Jesse calls me. He says, no, he texts me because I'm sending this out to all my peeps. He goes, I'm going to get down to Key West Friday, going to do my show at Land Sharks, I'm going to do my Pilar thing. I'm going to do the show Friday night at the Key West Theater. I'm not going to, going straight home after, crashing after that. And Saturday, I'm not day drinking. I'm going to, do my show Saturday and blah, 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 blah. Then maybe Saturday night we can connect. I'm like, dude, that's business first. I get it. So, like 11 o'clock Saturday, my phone rings. Jesse goes, I'm at Louis' backyard. Get here now. Click. I call him back. I go, what do you think? He goes, I'm at Louis' backyard. Get here. I'm like 40 minutes away. He goes, see you when you get here. Click. So I meet Jesse and a couple of his other friends at Louis' backyard. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Key West, maybe in the world. And we commenced the day drinking a little bit, and we ended up at Captain Tony's. Jesse played with the keyboard player there, did a few songs. And Saturday night was a fun night. And we did a little bit of day drinking, but we've been known to do that, because that's what you do when you're in the Keys. The Keys is just an excuse to drink all day, And, but it was a great weekend, and Neil puts on it. The event's going to get better every year, and he's got new things he's doing this year. And, so yeah, I mean, you can't have a bad time in Key West.
no.
Even if it's raining in Key West.
Yeah, because it's going to pass through, and if you're drinking, you probably don't care about getting wet, and you're wearing flip flops or whatever anyway. And this year, yeah, looking at the lineup, some of the folks that have been, you as well, because you've been in the rum community. Some of the folks that are the rum, peoples and so forth, is they've got a pretty solid lineup. A couple of the people that have been on the show over the years, and again, that's why I think I'm like, all right, I've got this year is the big itch to get back into a lot of things that I've had putting off for a while, and Ian Burrell, he's coming. Jeff Beach, I'm drawing a blank here now, but because I've been drinking, but yeah,
You're drawing a blinking.
And yeah, so it's going to be a good event.
Take your time; it'll come back to you.
It's there's a lot of things for everybody. You don't have to do everything that they have events set up.
You can't do everything.
No,
you got so much cool stuff going on.
Right, you're gonna go do the beach, the sandbar cruise thing. That's like a lot of, like you said, a lot of these events sell out. And, and and let alone the trips over to to Cuba or to some of the other stuff he's got this year. It just kind of keeps growing and growing and growing, so which is good. And I think a lot of it he's also to kind of mention is tied in with Monroe Mark.
The Mark House,
Yeah,
yes.
right, yeah.
They
So
raised a lot of
obviously-
money for the Mark House.
Yep. So that's definitely Monroe. Can't remember the name, what the acronym's for, but yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I had a great time, and that first year I went down there, and there was 2 nights, Johnny. I'm like thinking, I'm on Duval, and it's 2:00 in the morning, and I'm thinking, I'm just too old for this shit. Maybe this is where it went all downhill, and why I'm super tired. Maybe.
Yeah, you're still tired from that.
I think so, actually. And I'm like,
It was August of last year.
Yeah.
yeah.
August of 2024.
It's actually, yeah,
He's starting to feel a little better now.
Oh my God! I was like, yeah, I need to take this year off because last year I'm like, my buddy showed up like the last night and he was supposed to come down and he was trying to catch up with that. He was trying to pack in the 3 days. He was starting drinking. So that was a whole nother thing and wandering around Key West, Duval, too. And I'm like, and then the worst part about it is we all know it's the drive back.
It's the drive back.
That drive back, if you've got a little bit of a hangover,
Uphill all the way.
oh, it is just, especially when you're the one having the drive, it's like, so I was, no, but I had a good time. I like going down there and doing some things. Last summer we went down there with the family and did a little bit of snorkeling out there in the water and, it's.
Yeah, I had, in the 90s, I had a house on Big Pine Key for 10 years. My kids basically almost grew up down there. That's when they had Blockbuster Video. We had a video membership, and we'd spend at least one weekend a month there. One time it was 3 weekends out of the month, and and fishing, diving. That's why I was saying my son, he basically grew up saltwater fishing. My daughter grew up bass fishing.
Mhm.
He grew up saltwater fishing and got addicted. His first time he ever snorkeled, my daughter was 8, my son was 5. My daughter was 8, my son was 3. They're 5 years apart. His first time he ever snorkeled was Lou Key, and which was awesome. And I remember, never forget, he was sitting in
Good
my
way to
truck
start.
sleeping, and I had to buy him a mask and fins and stuff without waking him up. He was in the car seat.
Oh, gee.
And it fit him, thank God, and he was just addicted. And then as he grew older, we used to go down, my buddy Wayne, we've been going down there for 35 plus years, lobster season, opening week, and getting lobster. Brad's been down there with me, manning the cooler. Brad, he's very buoyant, just so you know. He's very buoyant.
Yeah, man, I'm on the water. I'm a sailor.
He's a sailor.
On top of the water.
You're a seaman.
Okay.
You guys, I'm not going to even say it. But so the first time I took my son down with my octopus, with my spear gun, and he's snorkeling, so I pull him down, give him my octopus, keep him down about 20 feet of water, and I shoot a fish. And he's big time into fishing since he's 3 years old. He'd sit on the dock, Big Pine Key, with a little Snoopy pole with a bread ball and wait 20 minutes for the little snapper to come up and grab it. He just had that patience of fishing, and now he's into bass fishing, still loves it. And I pull him down. He sees me shoot a fish. He goes, let's go up. I go up. He goes, Dad, I don't want to fish anymore. I just want to spearfish. You see him, you shoot him, you're done. I'll never forget that day.
That's funny.
And but yeah, so it's the Keys is a beautiful place, and it's crazy how some people that live there all their lives have never been to the Keys before. I worked with a few guys back in the day that were born and raised in Lantana, Florida. And I had a marble and granite fabrication company at the time. We did some work down in the Keys. And they went down. They'd never been to the Keys before. I'm like, how have you never been to the Keys before? You live in Lantana. And they just never had.
But see, that's the thing is like everyone thinks that you live in Florida, that you're on the beach, you have a tan, and all these things. But you have to make
I do.
time. Well, you do. Well, not everybody can be Johnny Ringo. Come on, let's.
Well, there's
let's be
that.
honest. Yeah, okay. But Florida is a huge state, right? There's so much to do and see, and
There really is.
right, and that's why it's a challenge to compete a lot of activity, sporting events in South Florida. Why you don't have huge turnouts if you don't have a good team? Because there's so much
it's
to
just
do.
there's so much to do
Yeah,
on any
so-
given day. And if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
raining like it is now,
Yep.
half the events are done.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
people-
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I did the Southern Rock Fest with Molly Hatchet, Marshall Tucker Band, it rained that week leading up to that. I had people that spent $150 on VIP, which they had the front row parking. They had to walk from here to the front of the studio to underneath a 40 by 60 foot tent with catered food. And I had a friend of mine that had bought $300 worth of tickets. He goes, "Is it raining there?" I'm like, "It's not really, not right now." He goes, "We're we may head up. I'm like, you bought $300 worth of tickets. How can you not head up? You have to walk from the tent, from the car parking lot to the tent. It's like 20 feet. But they're so finicky in South Florida with the rain. You know, Brad's like that with his hair. Yeah, he don't want to go in the rain.
I got to paint it on so you don't want it running down on your face.
All that product goes down your face and gets sticky on you.
There's that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's South Florida. We're spoiled because there's so much to do.
Right.
You know, we should
That's
start
a good
doing
point.
events in the wintertime in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over well.
Yeah. The heater beater where it's warm and everybody will show up.
Just bring all that canned Florida sunshine with us and just open it up
There
in
you
Boston.
go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Offer 2 for 1.
Yeah.
So, speaking of sunshine, so do we want to? You want to review a song with us? Speaking
Sure.
of Florida and Florida music here, so we've got our Riffs and Rhythms segment here. So, are you familiar with how this works, Johnny?
I am not. Enlighten me.
So we'll fill you in. It's the Riffs and Rhythms podcast. So when we review a song, we don't review it if it's good or bad. We review the song. Is it the riff that makes the song good, or is it the rhythm that makes the song good?
Wow.
So we're gonna listen to the song, and the way I judge is what is it that sticks with me. Like as soon as it's over, what comes back to my head first, and that's usually what I go with. So we're gonna listen to this song, and find out which it is.
So let me ask you something. Do you guys keep a tally of if you choose that it's rhythm and he chooses it riffs? You guys keep tabs on who does what?
You know, we haven't, but we
We
should.
do not. We should have some
Because
sort
I'd
of
be curious.
leaderboard.
Because I'm sure every song, 8 out of 10, you go with the riffs, and he'd probably go with the rhythm.
It's surprisingly no.
No?
It's broken up pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
when it's clear that the rhythm is what drives the song, pretty much everybody recognizes.
Yeah.
There are a lot of songs where it's really ambiguous, and we bend the rules a little bit to try and fit the song. But it's always an interesting thing. It's not black and white.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So we have here is a past guest on the show.
Absolutely, personal friend.
Yep.
Of his
Yep.
and mine.
Yep. Billy T. And Billy is
Billy T?
Yeah, Billy T.
I don't know.
Okay. In a band, back in business.
Yeah, back in business.
Yep. So
Yeah.
he's got this band there. I saw them perform up at Captain Hiram's, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
That was during the Vera Blues Festival. I stopped up since I was up in the neighborhood. Stopped and see them perform up there. And so he's got a song they put out there, and we're going to go ahead and give it a listen.
So the name of this song is either Billy and the Tobaggers.
Well, Billy
or
T. Is
Billy
it the
T.
Tea
and the
Baggers?
Baggers.
Tea
Billy
Baggers?
and the Tea Baggers.
Yeah, so we'll have to
That's
ask
the name
him.
of the song?
Well, no, Endless.
I'm thinking that'd be a good name for
Billy
a band.
T. and the Baggers.
Endless. It's an endless. Name of the song is Endless Road.
No doubt it was written so that you would be able to
Have to-
interpret it in multiple ways.
And have to discuss it apparently, like we're
Yeah,
doing.
like we're doing.
Exactly.
All right, so let's hear it. Endless Road. Recorded at
Come on, let's take a little ride. Big Diesel hitting his stride. We should make it tonight. Way beyond the Great Divide. Leave me alone, don't dig up my bones, do not forsake me. Take it slow on this endless road, you'll never break me. Just got a little off course. Come with lies, but who's your source? never break me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I know what I'm
I
going
know
with.
what my vote is.
Yeah.
What's your vote, Kevin?
That's definitely the riff.
I
It's
agree.
and the reason is because the rhythm came in to support the riff after the riff was established, and then that riff stayed throughout the whole song.
Yeah, I agree. The song it moved along, and when the riff started, it kind of cranked up the whole thing, got my attention a little bit more, and kept it the rest of the song. So I
Yeah.
definitely go with the riffs.
Yeah.
do you think?
I'm Riff
Riff,
also.
riff.
Yeah, it was very-
Well,
Yeah,
what
Mr.
about you, Mr. Brad?
Oh, yeah, I would say Riff. I also, what a huge Pink Floyd influence. Like, as soon as it opened, I was like, wow,
Very airy.
this sounds like Pink Floyd. And Billy T, man, he has a very distinct, cool voice.
Yeah.
I've never heard him perform an original tune in that way, but there is a huge presence in his voice. I thought it was a great track,
Yeah, he's got a unique voice. Definitely.
Yep.
but I definitely Riff, huge Pink Floyd influence for sure.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on the Pink Floyd, but now that you mention it, I do. It definitely, that guitar riff sounded very Southern rock. Like maybe if Pink Floyd was from Florida, that's what it would have sounded like.
And maybe it was the opening for me, where it was kind of like the sound effect, and then the guitar came in and just seemed very theatrical.
Yeah, no question about that.
Brad, the sound effect was actual rain that we were hearing outside.
But that might actually be true.
There's
to be
that.
honest.
This is true essence of Florida. Florida music.
I thought you were gonna go with the rhythm, because if you would have, we would have given you some riff raff.
My God.
Yeah, we need to get this.
I got a million of my cha cha cha.
Who
that
invited
doesn't-
this guy?
That doesn't even get a drum cadence at all. He
Yeah.
didn't rate.
It
You're off.
sounded better in my
yeah.
head.
Yeah, Johnny, you're throwing your rhythm off there.
I know, right?
Oh,
No
yeah.
more.
He's just
Just see
riffing
me
over there.
dance.
All right. Well, that was a clean sweep there.
A clean sweep.
Yeah.
All right, so
by
Billy T and the baggers.
Yeah. So
Billy and the
Billy and the
Teabaggers.
Teabaggers.
we may need a clarification on the
Ah.
how do we Billy and the Tea Baggers, or is it Billy T and the Baggers?
I think
Billy
tabaggering
and the
is
Teabaggers.
an Olympic event in the wintertime, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Tabaggering. That's right. Or it
Okay.
could be about maybe like guys at Publix.
Oh, the
Tabag-
grocery
tabaggers.
tabaggers?
The Tabaggers.
Yeah.
No, that's what they call them at the smoke shop.
Oh, okay.
They're tabaggers.
I'm sure he's gonna listen to this and be like,
Thanks, guys.
Those sons of bitches.
He's gonna call me tomorrow. He's gonna be like,
Hey,
"Dude,
dude, can you cut that part out, bro?
what the hell?"
Yeah. Now this is the show, right? Well, you never know who's going to get mentioned on this podcast.
That's right.
That's right. We tell people
you never know.
you need to listen because you may get mentioned. I told somebody that at the Rock and Blues Fest. I says you got to tune in. And I told Stevie B. I says your name came up in the Ed's episode there in conversation. So you never know. You might
You
get
never
talked about.
know.
Make some tea. We'll make you famous.
That's right. Yeah. So All right, so there we go. So checked it out there, Billy T, and also his band back in business here. So check them out. They play a lot up at Carpet Hiram's.
They play quite a bit at Shays, which
Yeah.
is right here in Port St. Lucie too.
Yeah,
So
Billy-
close to my house, it's unbelievable.
Billy hit me up. He's actually, I think he's playing coming up, and out in Okeechobee. There's like a solo gig, but he had hit me up one time about doing a duo with him, playing cajon or something to that effect. But
Nice.
yeah. So, but so I'd played with him. I can't believe that was like 9 years ago.
When you played with Billy
Sonic
T?
and Sonic Sun.
And Sonic Sun?
Yeah. So
That seems like much longer. Actually.
Oh, I know. That's just we're just talking about how quickly time flies, right? So, all right. Well, there
Time
we
flies
go.
when you're having rum.
That is true. Yeah. So we are. Yeah. Where is it? We have no rum.
We're
Yeah,
on
we-
rum.
Got
we
some
may-
bourbon here.
Yeah, we may
We got
have to-
bourbon. Yeah.
Left
Yeah.
over from yesterday. There's like this much.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
make myself a
he's-
bourbon
he's-
run here.
He's got an Irishman who's dying of thirst.
Imagine that. Kevin, you want me to make you a bourbon? Poof, you're a bourbon.
Oh,
It's magical, isn't it?
I think by osmosis at this point I probably am.
Osmosis is a big word for you. You have
Yeah.
no idea what it means, but it's a cool word
Yeah.
nonetheless. You don't get to use the word osmosis every day.
No, not
Osmosis
unless you're
Jones.
buying a water system or a science class in 9th grade.
Yeah, you have regular osmosis, but then you got that reverse osmosis.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa! Hey now. Oh, look at Brad.
Go Brad. Brad
drop-
waking up over here.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, he said in the last episode last week he was falling asleep because he was day drinking all day by himself.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
It can happen. My grandfather, who was a wise man, he taught me something very important. He says you should only drink if you're with someone or by yourself.
That's good advice. That's good advice.
And that's the truth.
Brad, adhere to that.
Oh, I adhere. To
I hear
everything.
you loud and clear.
Rock on.
So Johnny, we got some other stuff here, like a couple of the other segments we do.
yes.
Like last time we talked about like a Tales from the Road story, but this is one I know. I know you're not a musician, but but obviously you've been around.
I'm gonna have to show you. You can't keep saying that. I have to show you. I have to show some videos of me performing on stage
we
I
we
think
do
I
not
have
know
seen
you.
it,
I do not know
actually.
you
I
as a
think I
drummer.
because I haven't played forever.
So, do you think you'd do better than Lashavo?
No good can come from me commenting on that.
Oh, we do have to talk off air about some things we talked about on Saturday that we have to put into play, and you guys are the first. The Kevin McLoughlin band will be the first to actually do it because Apostoli said he wanted.
Kevin
to
looks
be-
perplexed.
I can't say it because I don't want to say it on air.
We can't talk about it, but I have to do it first.
Can you do sign language?
He doesn't remember because Saturday that festival we did, Rock and Blues Fest, was actually a blur. We'll talk about it
That
off
was
air.
a blur.
Okay? Yeah, we'll talk about it. But yeah, no, I think I have seen some video floating around the internet and
On the interweb.
interwebs.
And
yes,
the Ethernet.
about Johnny performing. Yes, no, I know Johnny. Yeah, playing the drummer. So
I had no idea you ever played drums.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I do actually have a drum related thing about the Key West Rum Festival I've been thinking about. So we could talk a little off air too about this
Let's do
idea.
it.
So it is we can tie in all these things that we talk. We try to drag Brad down. He doesn't want to work at this event if we go to Key West. He just wants to.
Yeah, I just want to go hang out, man. I'm retired now. Thanks to Jordan.
He just wants to hang
Yeah,
out. Nothing wrong with that, Brad.
he's
It's a good place to hang out.
Yeah.
It is a good place to
Yeah,
hang out.
for
Po
sure.
show.
So we talk about as a musician, right? So is there somebody, we call it our MVP, the week here. Do you have somebody wanting to give a shout out in the music community?
In the music community.
I know you've talked a lot about, musicians on the show here, Jesse and that, but I mean, is there somebody like, you want to
Somebody's made a difference for you. Some created a turning point or something.
I think I know
important.
somebody who you probably could shout out, but I'll leave it there.
What's it start with?
I think a B.
Brad Brock? Bobby Ingram?
Yes.
Molly Hatchet?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Don't let me
yeah,
influence you.
No, well, Molly Hatchet, like I said, I've known those guys forever, and the last time I saw them, was when me and my girlfriend, now Debbie, had first started dating. And this is a funny story, actually. We just started dating, and I talked to somebody, I think it was Bobby, and they said they were going to be out in Okeechobee playing at a festival. And they said, you should come out. So me and my buddy Anthony, he was over from Marco Island. He was staying at my condo. And we went out, and I ran into, well, actually, no, I take that back. I was at Tiki 52, and I ran into my friend Debbie, now my girlfriend. And we met like 11 years ago. And I didn't recognize her because I hadn't seen her in so long. And she called the girlfriend first. She goes, I just saw Johnny Ringo. He didn't even say hello to me. And then when I saw her, and she's like, hi. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was you. She's like, okay. So she had been in a relationship, and she had to delete me from Facebook. Because my friend, I guess he was a jealous type or whatever. And I don't know why, but so.
Look at you.
Well, there's that. But we were just friends. So we reconnected. I called her and stuff. I said, and this was my buddy was coming in the next weekend on a Friday. And I said, what are you doing this weekend? And she says, oh, no. I said, I got a friend coming over from Marco Island. We're going to go to Square Grouper. Maybe you can meet us. I got a girlfriend coming into town. So we met Square Grouper. We ended up going to Maxie's and listening to a band. And so I go, what are you guys doing tomorrow? Her and her girlfriend. And they go, we don't know. Why? I said, because my friends from Molly Hatchet are playing out in Belle Glade. They're doing a festival, and they invited me out, and you guys want to go. And you can meet the band and stuff. And they're like, she's like, let me talk to my friend and stuff. And so she calls me, and she says, yes. Oh, the next night we met at the Square Grouper, and she goes, yeah, we want to go to see the band. So I said, okay. So I go to their house.
Molly Hatchet is the opening line to pick up chicks?
It's for me.
Yeah, all right, okay.
We're still together.
Yeah, hey.
So anyway,
Note to
so
self.
I go to pick them up at her house, and I walk in the house, and music's blaring, and they're just rocking out, right? And we're so excited, and I go, that's cool. She goes, we've been listening to them all day. I go, that's awesome. I said, but you guys are listening to Motley Crue. She goes, what? I go, you guys listen to Motley Crue. We're going to see Molly Hatchet. And they're like, well. So
That's awesome.
true story. They've been jamming out the Motley Crue all morning long. You know, one of them had the headband on.
We're flirting
And,
with the devil, and he's...
But anyway, we go out to Belle Glade, and Molly Hatchet, they're doing a sound check. I walk up, and I think it was Bobby Ingram or John Galvin, the keyboard player, goes, Johnny Ringo has entered the building. And so they got to go out and meet them and stuff, and hung out talked to them afterwards. And, you know, Tim Lindsay looks just like frickin' Sam Elliott. And
Yes,
so
he does.
always tease him about being Sam Elliott, and he hates that shit, you know. So they got to get some pictures with the band and stuff. We hung out. They've just been recording Abbey Road Studios in London, and Bobby's telling me about the album they're coming out with and stuff. And so we got to hang out with the band a little bit, and they got to meet and get some pictures with them and everything. So it was pretty funny that I get to her house, and they're listening to Motley Crue full blast all morning long.
That is hilarious.
So that's a funny band story I've got. I got a lot of them, but half of them I don't remember. You know?
It would be funny if I could remember it.
It would be so cool. I could have so many stories if I could remember them all. But I grew up in the 80s, you know? I was born in the 80s. I said grew up in the 80s.
I was gonna say I don't think you grew up at all, man.
Yeah, I was immature in the 80s. I grew up in the... What year is it?
1989.
I knew it. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
Was that the Fraternator? What day is
what
it?
did you say? The Fraternator?
The year.
The Fraternator shows up at frat parties and says, "I'm here to fuck you up."
Drink this. Brad's like, okay.
Drink this if you want to live. So that's pretty good. That's pretty
I'll
good,
be
John.
Amberbach.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Here's a pickleback.
I could barely get through that one.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead, Brad.
Night night.
Yeah, that's that's.
I know.
She never lives that down, does she?
Never, not even to this night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no way. Can't let that.
Well,
They
it
were-
was a fun day.
Were they like totally disappointed they weren't going to get to see Motley Crue?
No, they were good. They're good. Now they're huge Molly Hatchet fans,
Ah,
you know? So I want to do a Southern Rock Fest Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet, Blackfoot. We did a show with Blackfoot at the Twisted Tuna, which is now Two Georges. My friends Kenny and Rochelle that own Twisted Tuna, which I've known Rochelle since she was 16. And their family. That's where we did the Jesse Rice show. For 2 years we've done it there at the Twisted Tuna in Jupiter. And we booked Blackfoot for a Pirate Fest we did there one time. Yeah, that was a good show. Were you there for that? My granddaughter was little. She was helping me serve.
I
rum
wasn't
punch.
born yet.
You're still not born.
God, I was just thinking, Johnny, the Twisted Tuna now in Jupiter. God, that podcast episode we taped with your episode, I think.
Oh yeah, the episode where I was supposed to play at the Square Grouper, and I was like, I called and I was like, I think it's gonna rain all night tonight. I'm not coming in, and they were like, oh, okay, and I was like, I'm good, guys. Let's just keep hanging out and doing Jaeger bombs.
And that was back when I was still trying to figure things out, and here we're taping an episode. And we end up, then Springer shows up. Springer still hasn't been on our show, by the way.
That's true.
Yep. And he showed up. We were sitting out there hanging out at Twisted Tuna.
Yeah.
You and
Yeah, then we wound
Yep.
up at like Papi Chulo's
yeah, it
and
was like on a school night.
on a school night. Yeah,
On
I
a
think it was a
school
Monday night.
I think I'm gonna be tardy.
Yeah. I don't feel tardy.
I wonder what the teacher's gonna look like this year.
Chris doesn't like to hang around with me anymore because the last time he and I partied, he ended up like getting a day job afterwards.
Ooh.
Yeah, he and I got together for lunch at this Mexican place, and we ordered margaritas, and I forgot that margaritas have tequila in them, and I should not be drinking tequila. And so, like, I proceeded to drag him around, and we drank all day, and then he had to play. And then so I met him at the gig, and we drank at the gig, and he was pissed at me. He couldn't play. I was like, play, you daffle fairy man. Play. Drink like a man and play. And he was all pissed off. He went and got a day job. He was supposed
That's
to,
a true story.
he was supposed to
man.
take Billy T to work the next morning, and he slept through it, and Billy couldn't go to work.
All
The
that-
domino effect.
That's a true story too.
Yeah, Chris don't party with me.
Billy
no
T was
more.
one drink away from getting a day job himself.
We do. Yeah, I would say there's a few people that I warn. I'm like, oh man, there's a couple of people. If I'm around, it is definitely like dynamite and plutonium and all that together.
Yeah,
It's
that's like tonight, right?
yeah, yeah, right. Like, oh man, how much have you had drinking St. Patty's Day? We started a day early. It is St. Patty's Day in Ireland right now, though. So next week,
Last week.
last week,
Last week.
whatever
What?
week it is.
God, man.
You have been drinking.
I know,
haven't you?
man.
I'm
It's those
traveling.
cupcakes I had last week.
That's you've been drinking them all week.
That's right.
Those
You've been
Irish car
drinking
cupcakes.
They all went to Johnny's ass. That's what he said. Yeah, really.
There's no
Go
way
back
I'm
to
gonna-
listen.
I'm not going to do that.
Hey, listen, play back the tape. He said
Play
that.
back the
Go
tape.
watch last week's episode.
Play back the tape. Where's that instant
Baby got
rerun?
playback.
Yeah, we don't use tape anymore.
Show us that beautiful bean footage.
So, all right. So, what else you got going on, Johnny? You know,
So you got Space Coast Brews and Bees Festival is coming up, right?
Space Coast Brews, Bourbon Barbecue at the Merritt Island Veterans Memorial Amphitheater, March 28th. I think we sold more VIP tickets for that one than we have general admission so far. We've got 6 bands for that. We've got Sailor and the Captains. Sailor is Saylor.
Like Sailor Moon is coming out of retirement.
Something like that. We've got Sailor and the Captains. We've got Andrew Rickman Band. We got Andrew Morris Band. We've got Carl Owens and Whiskey Trip. We've got, I'm leaving somebody out. We've got
Heidi, right?
Heidi Morrell. Yep, she's playing.
Oh, she's going back up there too.
She's going. Yeah, Andrew Morris Band, Carl Owens and Whiskey Trip, and Heidi Morrell are playing both events. But then we've got Sailor and the Captains, Andrew Rickman, and the No Pressure Band. And we've got this band, which is the most popular band in Brevard County, called Hot Pink. They're not country, but they put on a theatrical show.
Hot Pink is awesome.
From Queen to
Really?
they're phenomenal musicians and showmen. And that's they've got a huge following in Brevard County.
Very
And
cool.
so we got 6 bands for that one as well. We got a huge 40 by 60 VIP tent, and it's a brand new amphitheater. Like it's supposed to be a $3 million amphitheater, and they're up to like $9 million now.
It must be a municipal project.
It's a
Gold-plated toilets.
Well, not yet. They're still working. That's why they're still working on it. Yeah, it's a cool venue, and it will be the first big event that they're doing there.
Mm.
Oh,
And,
sweet.
Yeah,
we know what that's like.
We're gonna christen
Yes, we
that
do.
place,
Yeah.
and our signature Blue Note Bourbon is going to be there as well, and local breweries, and we've got a cocktail we're doing called the Merritt Islander with Blue Note Bourbon, special signature cocktail with peach in it. It's a light and airy cocktail because it's probably going to be warm that day.
Mm.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You go to Space Coast BBB.com.
Okay.
And it's going to be good. My partner in that event, Giles Malone, he owns Space Coast Daily newspaper up there, and he does a lot of big. I met him doing events. He did the Cocoa Beach Seafood Music Fest. I had when the rum company was running strong. I did 2 years in a row. For 3 years we sponsored the event. And the first year, they had Clint Black, the Dirty Heads, and the Whalers.
Mm.
Wow.
And I went through 4,000 sample cups from Friday afternoon until Sunday. My voice was shot by Sunday. The second year, I talked Giles into setting up a Code Rum bar right next to our Code Rum sample tent. And it was a great event because we donated a couple cases. And the first year, they bought 30 cases of my rum. The second year, they bought 40 cases. And the Code Rum bar is packed the entire weekend. Got 2 lines of people because they sample the rum. They go right next to the tent next door. And
Yeah.
we had them zip tied together and order Code Rum drinks, and it was a great event. And they had the Dirty Heads for that as well.
Cool.
And he gets some good stuff, and Giles does a great job. And so we're going to be doing some more stuff up in that area together. And
Cool.
It's up near Cocoa, and I love that area. It's I think there's 40,000 people in the Merritt Island, and they don't really have any annual events there. People do different events, so we don't make this stuff. Anytime I start something, I want to try to make it an annual thing. I want to grow it.
Yeah.
It's not like one and done. And so I'm excited about that. And
Yeah, Brevard's not known for, I mean, there's the Space Coast and Cocoa Beach and things like that, but there's not as much. I mean, they do have a spring training thing there.
Right,
so
right.
For minor league, et cetera.
Well,
but
it's
yeah,
not like they have the first spaceport there.
That's true.
That's
Is
the
that?
home of the Patrick Space Force Base.
And I just realized a couple of years back, because I was driving down through Cocoa Village, and there's like this little museum thing with this hobo that fought to get the area code. The area code in Space Coast is 321. I didn't even put it together until like 2 years ago. That's 321 blast off.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So I'm
never
like,
put that
Johnny,
together
where have
myself.
you-
I've been living
been,
down near
bro?
Moon Rock.
I know, man.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
perfect
I knew the area code up there. Being born and raised in Daytona Beach, I knew the area code was 321.
Yeah.
Well, you know what 386 is, right?
386.
Was fun. That's what they when they made all those changes.
FUN is
Yeah.
what, 386 on the phone?
Yeah.
The old phone?
The 386
I
area
didn't know
code is
that.
FUN. Yeah, it was
Huh.
about the same time they started moving the area codes around. It was a
You know
yeah,
what
it's-
561 means, right?
No.
It's just something you have to dial before you dial our numbers. Ta-da!
Well,
I
man,
was going to say something
You got me
profound,
there.
didn't you?
I feel super bad because I'm striking out on both of your BBBB festivals.
There's always next year.
You need to consult with me before you.
I tried to,
schedule
but I
these
had the area
things.
code wrong.
Yeah.
He's 772.
Well, we got to work
I had
together.
like 186.
we got to do.
86
Yeah,
it.
we got to do a festival together. Actually,
Let's do it.
Let's
Plan it tonight after the show.
We had a thing on the table about partnering with a big hotel up in the 321 area code, and
That's
we need to
right.
go ahead and do a
Yes.
festival over there.
He's dying for
Yes.
something, Johnny. Like
Well, if they haven't
Right next to
fired
the
him
airport.
yet, we can do a
Really?
yes. we
yeah
need
yeah
to,
yeah.
yes.
Let's do it.
Let's
I'm in.
collaborate
Yeah.
on a
Can
big
we-
festival over there.
Can we maybe are we potentially talking about Riffs and Rhythms Fest?
Riffs
too?
and rhythms and boots and blues and
and boobs and whatever else you
and
want to throw in
southern
there. Yeah.
southern rock.
Wait, somebody say boobs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now I'm paying attention now.
had me hello. Yeah.
boobs and barbecue sauce on boobs festival.
Brad is like it's
That
like
sounds spicy.
it's like he's like, hey Alexa, he just heard the boobs and that.
Yeah.
Listen, no.
Yeah, what?
What?
Hey,
yeah.
what do you drink? Can I get a little nip?
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, let's collaborate on a festival. We can have
Let's
a lot
do
of fun
it.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Cool. And again, the whole thing, Johnny, as you know, is our festival was original music, Florida-based
Yep.
musicians, and we just had some things, things that we were trying to work through in the next one, and if you've got Molly Hatchet or any of those, Do we get a
I
bigger
got 'em
name to
all.
come through or something like that? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we could have. We've
Yeah, let's talk.
lots of things
Yeah.
to talk about.
Have your people call our people.
Brad, you got their number?
Yeah, I'm going to call everybody.
That's my people's.
We'll set up an appointment to talk about scheduling something.
Yeah.
Call everybody 4 in the morning. That's
Yeah.
when my day
There
starts.
you go.
Oh, that's right. Early,
Yeah,
early
they-
bird get the worm.
Yeah, no, early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yeah, you just got to pry it out of the dead one's hand.
That's right.
So, all right. So so check that out. There's Space Coast
Space Coast,
Boots?
SpaceCoastBBBB.com.
How many B's is
4
that?
B's.
4 B's. Okay.
SpaceCoastBBBB.com.
All right. There you
Simple.
go. Cool. So
Boots, beers, brews, and barbecue.
yeah,
You're,
March
you're so
28th.
close.
Yeah.
You're so close, little buddy.
All right. But
Boots,
it's
Brews, Bourbon, and Barbecue.
It's 4 B's.
It's 4 B's.
Space Coast
Believe that.
BBBB.
Yep, SpaceCoastBBBB.com.
Isn't that a
Oh, and look, it's 4. I counted to 4.
Oh, no, that was
look,
like
look, I counted to 4.
Buck
Typical
Rogers.
drummer.
beady 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 beady.
Oh,
Buck Rogers.
oh, that's right. Oh, whoa. We're going way back.
That's an old reference.
Aaron Gray.
Brad wasn't even born.
I'm still not born.
All right. So, well, Mr. McLoughlin, what do you got coming up here? So
Yeah,
at the
Kevin.
End of the month here
Oh, it's
into
the end of the
April.
month. What the
Into April,
heck?
right?
I gotta look at my phone. I get tired just thinking about my schedule.
All right. Well, anyway, usually he'll just tell me go to my website. So just click on the page here, and we'll have a list of all his shit that he's got going
Kevin
on. there.
McLaughlin, BBBB.com.
Yes, but you know what? I've got on the 26th. I'm performing at Earl's,
Earl's Hideaway.
7 p.m. in Sebastian. Yeah.
I spent a weekend there one night.
Did you?
Yep.
And then on Saturday the 28th, the same day as the Space Coast BBB Festival, I'm going to be at a new place, the Country Line Saloon up in De Leon Springs, Florida, like right next to DeLand. And we went and checked it out during Bike Week. It's a super cool spot. It's on a horse racing farm. So they've got this bar with like graduated seating on the outside and a big stage and then the giant horse track in the background.
Really?
It's way cool.
It sounds like it. That's the 28th?
Yeah, the 28th.
I won't be able to make that.
You won't make it.
No.
But I'll tell you
I
all
have to
about
drive
it.
really fast.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be great.
That's cool.
So that's my last show for the month.
Okay.
And then I'm doing other stuff the next month.
And you got your UK thing coming up.
I've got
in
I'm
May,
going
right?
to be touring in the UK in May. I'm doing
Okay.
7 shows this year.
Okay. All right.
So
We'll have
that'll
to
be a
come
lot of
see
fun.
you.
Yeah, come on out. It's just about 4,500 miles away.
Brad can drive that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could swim it.
Can we bring the boat?
absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll probably get about a quarter of the way.
That's like that's the story of my life.
But yeah, lucky
You
enough
just
to
described my first date.
lucky enough to have. I did. You got a quarter of the way.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. But yeah, luckily enough, I did well enough to get invited back this
Nice.
year. So I'm playing largely the same, and I got some attention from some other spots. So
Very cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
yeah, getting to play the UK again.
All right.
So that'll be great.
Very cool. Very cool. I got nothing else going on later this month or into next April. But maybe I'll finally just keep doing what I keep talking about doing is start up the DNR show again. But do get a lot of...
Go ahead and air your Pilar Rum
I got to
thing
get that
from
so,
what
yeah.
3 years
Well,
ago.
let's see what we talk about after the episode here about a few things like Key West related things and other stuff here with Johnny. And yeah, maybe that kind of kickstarts some of these things there and kind of promote up. I don't think
Yeah.
like Neil needs any more promoting because I think it's already very well.
I know,
But I'm sure
right?
he'll
He's
take
done-
more. He'll always take more though, right? You know.
Yeah, we
So-
when we were in Orlando and Windermere when Jesse played at Steve's house, Neil is a great bartender. First of all, we went inside. The concert was in the boathouse out in the water in Windermere, and across from Sam's or Steve's house, this guy's building a 90,000 square foot house. I think it's called Lake George, a 90,000 square foot house across the lake from him. And that's a big house. That's bigger than Brad's house.
Mm-hmm.
Not by much, though.
I know, right? And so Neil we went into Sam's main house, and Neil just started making drinks. I mean, for like 2 hours, just whipping up stuff behind the bar. And he bartends,
Yep.
I think, one night a week
Yep.
down in Key West.
Right.
But he's an incredible mixologist. He just makes.
Have you made it down to one of his monthly?
I have not made it down.
Yeah,
I have not made it down.
he asked me to come down I guess it would have been this. Or, I don't know, sometime in March, whatever his monthly thing is. And I was like, man, I just can't make that one. I said, hey, when are you doing April? I said, I will try to make that one. So it's like in the middle of the week. So and I was
Right.
like, I said, I think I can.
I'll go with you.
All right,
Let's
we'll,
go.
We'll make it a date. Yeah,
We'll crash this party.
Figure it out, and then so
But
it's a,
those good people, and
Yeah.
we got a group text going. Like we call it the Rum Crew, and it's like 8 of us that met through Jesse Rice music stuff. First time I met Neil, like I said, was in Amelia Island, and we just clicked. And they're awesome people.
Dolphins fan.
Big Dolphin. He's got his Dolphin
Yeah.
hat on.
Yeah.
Big Dolphin fan. And so yeah, we're gonna do some stuff together. We actually put him on his logo on a couple of my posters for the Boots, Brews, Bourbon, and Barbecue.
Good.
And he's just good people.
Yeah.
You know, he does a lot for the community he's in, which is awesome. And it's a great event. I think it's gonna grow. Last time I was down there in the Keys, I had to get rum to him because he wanted a bottle of each of my rums, and when a lot of times when we go to the Keys, we stay at my buddy Jamie Jackson's house, who owns Pusser's Rum, and so I didn't drive to Key West. He didn't drive to Key Largo where Jamie lives, and so my friend Dawn, who I married once, officiated their wedding, got her the rum, and they drove it to Key West to Neil.
Rum Mule.
Rum Mule, exactly. But he's good people, man, and it's a good event. I think it's going to grow, and we're going to give him some feedback to where we can make it bigger.
Yeah.
Like, Fantasy Fest, a 10-day event. Why can't Rum Fest be a 10-day event?
It is, and I know they picked that time because obviously it's
It's a week long now,
right? It's
right? 6 days?
16th is National Rum Day or International whatever the Rum
Right.
Day is officially the 16th, and then it starts like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is the finale. But
Right.
yeah, like you said, it's definitely can grow, and they picked that week. It's like kind of going to be in Memphis to the IBC in January because nobody's showing up to Memphis in January.
Yeah, no one's
right?
there otherwise.
Right. So let's have it and try to draw people in. And same thing,
Right.
like we have the opposite thing in Key West. Like nobody really wants to be in Key West in August because it's hot as
It's
yeah.
it's hot.
So you get people come down there for this, and like I said, he's got he's got the rum community he's tied in, and a lot of the other
Yep.
rum
He's at new
people.
stuff every year.
Yeah. So it's definitely yeah.
And they
let's-
do a lot of stuff for the Mark House. It's
Exactly.
that aspect of
Yep.
it, which is awesome.
yeah, raising money for good cause and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, well, cool. So yeah, check out the 28th there. Go see Johnny at the Space Coast, and Mr. Brad, what you got there?
Oh, the only thing I got is tune in to Jams and Cocktails Wednesday night, the 25th. And, we got a really cool show where we're talking about what happened to rock music on the radio. So it really kind of revolves around the death of the Buzz radio station out of West Palm Beach. We have a special guest, Jack Witch, who was a radio personality with the Buzz when all that went down. So we get a unique perspective from the inside, and we're going to talk about what happened, not just here, but everywhere, how corporate killed rock and roll on the radio. And it's going to be a great discussion.
And you may see a familiar face showing up on that show, right? That episode?
Possibly.
Maybe. Okay, stay tuned.
Yeah, with a cool shirt.
That's right.
Vintage.
Throwback.
Who?
Tune in.
Tune in and find out.
All right, sir. Well, another one in the books.
Yes. Good
How about
job,
that?
Paul.
128.
Episode
Jeez.
128.
I still am very
In
amazed.
just
thinking
about
back-
128 weeks.
That's right. We're weekly every week.
Yeah.
We haven't missed a week yet.
You haven't missed a week yet?
Yeah.
It's
So-
weekly,
Maybe we-
but you're getting stronger.
Yeah, we do it weekly every week.
Brad, do you remember your very first podcast?
I do. I remember it was 5 hours long, sitting at my kitchen table with you.
And drinking.
No,
It was about 5 hours long. His very first podcast we did at his old house, sitting at his high top kitchen table, and we're drinking and we're talking, and he'd never done a podcast before. And next thing you know, Jordan goes, guys, you know what time it is? It was 5 hours later. We're just still sitting
Yeah,
there.
it was crazy. We started out strong. We had
We started out really strong. The
loads of-
first 10 minutes, it was like, bam.
we had loads of viewers, and then by the end, it was like we were just talking to ourselves.
People were coming. I just woke up from a nap. Just glad to know you guys are still on.
Are you guys trying to set a Guinness Book World Record?
I think we did.
You didn't get your.
Wonder
was your-
what that
Yeah,
is.
we
What
drank
Genius
so
podcast.
long. At one point, Ringo was just like slurring and not making sense, and I was like, "Oh man,
Like-
I think
like
I
I
have
How's
to-
that
usually
not
do.
normal, right? Yeah.
You mentioned the Guinness Book of World Records. You guys don't know this. Did you know that my penis was in the Guinness Book of World Records?
All right.
You got it slammed in there when you're reading it one time?
No, the librarian came in and made me. The librarian came in and had me remove it.
Ah, yeah. I bet you did.
All right. Well, on
We can
that,
cut that part out.
yeah. On that note.
On that note,
So, well, it's another episode in the books here, so definitely tune in.
speaking of books,
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow all of our stuff here on the B3 Podcast Network. Ourselves, Jams and Cocktails is part of it. Someday DNR will be back. Got some other stuff here. I was talking to Brad, recently about people reaching out to me about want to be involved in the B3 Podcast Network, products and brands, and people want to pitch stuff. So
Good, it's working.
We got to kind of
Yes,
think
it's-
about how do we want to bring some of that in.
It is truly an advantageous relationship for you to associate your brand with the B3 Podcast Network. Experience the difference.
Yeah, please help us out so we can pay Devin something at least.
And we
Yes.
can't forget the Ghost on the Ox.
Yes,
He's especially ghosty tonight because he's
Yes.
not here.
Yeah,
But he's an integral part of the B3 Podcast Network.
he's part of the crew.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I have a little bit left
You're a
there.
little
to
light
kinda
on it. I
cheers
still
us.
have
Looks
some.
like you a little as well here. So, thanks for tuning in to the Riffs,
Rhythms Podcast. I'm
All
Kevin McLoughlin.
and I'm Paul Robertson. Cheers. Have a great night.
there's